Notice what's the first thing we're going to do? Did anybody notice?
Quick write.
A quick write. Okay, so a quick write, I'm going to give you a few minutes and you just write as much as you can from the moment I say go until the moment I say stop. Any thoughts that you have, that's how a quick write works, okay? Anything related to the subject at all, it's only about 3 or 4 minutes. You just write as much as you can. You're still at CHCS, right? So you have to RTQ. What does RTQ mean?
Restate the question.
Excellent. Yes, maybe you may borrow that. All right, so you're going to do a quick write, and then I have a little reading for you guys to do really quickly. We're going to talk about the Cuban Missile Crisis. And then, if we have time, we're going to talk about if you were Kennedy, what would you do? All right?
I did.
Bailey, will you turn off the lights, turn? Okay. When have you felt that others were gaining up against you? And what did you do about it? So think about a time where you felt like your teacher and your friends, your mom and your brother, a bunch of people were just all to get you, all out to get you, when they were gaining up against you, working together against you. Two of your friends, there has to be a situation. I want you to tell me about what happened and how you handled that situation. What did you do about it? All right? You have to RTQ, so everyone should be able to write. Can someone tell me how you would RTQ this first question?
A time
When have you felt that others were gaining up against you? Yes, ma'am. Take Tyler.
A time where I felt that others have been ganging up on me is Saturday.
I felt others were gaining up against me when, okay? So everybody, go ahead and start with your RTQ. Think about it and just write. There's not really a wrong way to do this. Write any thoughts that you have on the subject. In which that might happen, okay? Tell me when you imagine. Has you ever, you and your friend both just like thinking what happened then? Okay. If you can't think of a time for you personally, you can write about what you think might happen, but if you really dig deep, bet you everyone's been in this situation. Raise your hand if you could really use one more minute. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and put your pencils down. Even if you're mid-sentence, mid-word, it's totally fine. Pencils down. Turn towards someone sitting next to you. It's okay if you're a group of 3 and there's an odd man out. You're a sweetheart, we're getting on task. Thank you. All right, like this will be a group of 3. This will be, could you come on over here so you can read? Okay, share with one person, share what you wrote, and then switch. Okay, ready? Go.
It smelled burning. So then I had already stepped it out. And then when I did it before that, I tried to like spray it with breeze and Lysol. That's what I did.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's pretty good. Pencils are. It's hard to imagine like just stopping a sentence mid-sentence at school, but I swear it's okay. Would anybody like to share what they wrote? What they wrote on their papers? They're actually going to read it, right?
Oh.
Kennedy.
Okay. A time where I felt that when I felt others were ganging up against me was when I was on a Disney cruise. There were 7 kids. They were all a year younger than me, but for some reason I felt like they all hated me, and they would always talk about me behind my back whenever I stopped. And then we were going upstairs to the Tweens Club on the Disney cruise, and then they all scattered up and left me. I was lost.
So what did you end up doing about it? Did you
I
ever
called my
fight?
mom.
You called your mom and they stopped hanging up against you?
No.
We are always kind. We always react to the most kind. Yeah. They didn't stop? They just kind of
They
kept
didn't
going for a while?
stop. Their mom was like, their mom didn't focus on her.
Chancellor, how about you? What did you write?
Okay. I wrote, when I feel like somebody's ganging up on me, I would get a group and then gang up on them.
So you always fight back? That's usually your gut reaction?
Yes.
Bailey, what about you? What did you write?
The time I thought that others were ganging up on me is when we play freeze tag and a person is trying to tag me with someone else. I kept on running and then I lost them.
So raise your hand if when people gang up on you, one of your gut reactions is to try to fight back.
Yes. It depends on who they are.
We do. Raise your hand if when someone gangs up on you, you just kind of shut down and you feel really upset and you do nothing. And then you maybe regret it later.
My go-to is the run.
Raise your hand if when you feel like people are ganging up on you, you only get the adults to handle it and you never try to handle it.
I never get an adult.
There's a lot of different ways to handle it. Could all of them backfire on you?
Yes.
Well,
Every single one of them could backfire on you.
no,
Yes, ma'am, what do you think?
So like, if one of your friends says that you're doing something that you're not doing, and all your friends say the same thing, and they turn on you, but then you instead, because they said you did it, but you didn't do it, and then you start doing it, it doesn't backfire.
I don't know. If it's something that you're getting in trouble for and then you end up doing it later, I would say that's its own backfire. Well, in history, this happens a lot. A lot of battles and wars and political dilemmas are groups making alliances, gaining up against other groups, right? So you guys talked about the Cold War. You talked about how it was The first world, the second world, the third world. Cuba was part of the third world. Is Cuba far away from the United States?
No.
Cuba's really close to the United States. Really wanted Cuba. This guy, Fidel Castro, gets into power. And he decides to make it what kind of country? Communist country. Are we a fan of this?
No.
What would you do, Chancellor?
Well,
I wouldn't care.
I would stage like the National Guard. I would just have boats all around the country, and then I would have military in the state, every airport, every national, like everything, and then I would be, if I was the president, I would have nuclear codes right here just waiting for somebody.
So you would get more and more weapons. You would get more nuclear weapons.
Yes.
It's important that you said that because Russia and their good friend Cuba, guess what they put in Cuba?
A missile.
Nuclear missiles.
Oh,
And this is terrifying because they're right there, right? By the time Cuba fires on us, we don't have much time to react, do we? They're very close by. They're not a whole lot of Russia away anymore, are they? So what do you do about it? You're John F. Kennedy, right? This dude, Fidel Castro, has gotten elected in Cuba, and he is going to be communist, which you do not want. He's right near us. And there's talk of him getting nuclear weapons. What are you going to do about it? Kennedy, what's your strategy, you think?
We put missiles near them.
Okay, so I have bigger guns, you have bigger guns. Is anybody going to win if anyone fires these nukes?
No.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to lose. Total destruction, right? This is called mutually assured destruction. If they fire on us, we're going to fire on them. Everyone gets hit by a nuke. That's bad, right? Anybody have a different strategy they would try? Bailey.
Okay, so this might be kind of a nutty idea that you see at a TV show.
Mhm.
But, so you see how, like, they fire missiles and then the other person fire missiles and they try to hit the other missile so they don't do that. We
But
could
then
do
you
that.
still have radiation in the air, right?
Yeah, which will also kill other people, prevent bad things from happening, like body changes.
And-
Especially if you're pregnant, because then something happens to your child.
Still got 3 legs.
A lot of that things
Exactly.
happen. People die of radiation poisoning. It's still scary.
Can I say
Plus,
something?
you don't actually know for sure that Cuba's even going to fire on you to begin with.
Exactly.
So, how many of you thought of the idea of maybe you could just take out Castro?
Can I say something?
Well, what do you think, Deja?
Mind your business.
Just what?
Mind your business.
Mind your own business, just ignore them?
Yes!
Maybe if we don't look at Cuba, she'll disappear.
No,
Take a look at
But think about it. Why is the United States worried about Russian news?
Build a wall.
Right. Okay,
If they
so
mind their business,
if
there's not going to be
we
any conflict.
if we don't get involved, there'll be no conflict, no one will fire on
But
anybody.
not with us.
Maybe we just need to leave Cuba alone, leave Russia alone, just focus on ourselves, quit trying to spread capitalism all throughout the world, and things will be fine.
Yes.
I like this idea. Have you ever heard of the Red Scare, though?
The what?
The idea that if we don't spread capitalism and democracy, communism's going to sneak in and it's going to get us. If we don't fight back, we're going to get beat up, basically. All right, I want you guys to try to see what happened, okay? Who can read this first paragraph for me? Everybody else, please read along. Chancellor, go ahead.
Okay. The Cold War Cuban Missile Crisis. The Cuban Missile Crisis occurred in 1962 when the Soviet Union began to install nuclear missiles in Cuba. The United States refused to allow this, and after 13 tense days and many secret negotiations, the Soviet Union agreed to remove the missiles.
Okay, so let's try to underline a couple of these strategies that we kind of talked about, right? The United States refused to allow this. Try to underline that. Try to tell Cuba what to do. You can't do that. It's not allowed. Russia, you cannot bring missiles that close to my house. The United States refused to allow this. And then try to talk it out. You know, if you don't get missiles, I won't get missiles. We can all be friends, right? This perhaps was the closest the United States ever came to a nuclear war during the Cold War. They refused to stop, and the United States thought about hitting first, right? Which some of you talked about. If you feel ganged up on, you're going to attack, right? What happened next, Tyler? Can you read leading up to the crisis?
Leading up to the crisis. Prior to the crisis, the United States had attempted to overthrow Fidel Castro and the current government of Cuba with the Bay of Pigs invasion.
The invasion failed, but it served as a warning to Fidel Castro. Also, the United States had installed several nuclear missile sites in Turkey and Italy with the range to strike Moscow, the capital of the Soviet Union.
Okay, so in that paragraph we talked about two things we tried to do. What two strategies did we try next? First, we said, you can't have those. Just the answer is no, Cuba, no. And that did not work out well for us, right? We tried two other things next. Who can pick them out? Who can pick them out? What's your name again? Denai. Well, can you tell me in this paragraph one of the two things that happened?
They tried to overthrow Fidel Castro.
Excellent. Okay, so what should we underline as in like an important next step? What do you think? If we were to underline something to look at later, what would be an important part of that paragraph that gave you that idea that we tried to overthrow? Okay, so attempted to overthrow Fidel Castro. So we said, okay, fine, Fidel, we'll just knock you out of power. And that worked, and everyone was happy? No, what happened?
It failed.
It failed, and it made Castro feel how? We snuck in, and we tried to take him out. How do you think he felt about that?
He felt mad.
Yeah, he's not happy with this, right? And that's what they're saying it's the closest we ever came to work. Okay, so shoot, we got caught. We tried to take him out. We tried to be sneaky. We got caught. So what are we going to do next? What's the next step? What's the next thing we're going to try? First, we tried to tell him he couldn't have it. He wouldn't listen to us. Then we tried to knock him out of power. That didn't work out so well. Now he's really mad. So we react to him being very mad by doing something that's going to totally calm him down, right? What is that?
The United States installed several nuclear missile sites in Turkey and Italy.
Yes. So we said, oh yeah, we'll get more guns, which I think was part of Chancellor's plan too, right? We'll just get more nukes than they have, and that'll fix everything. And now everyone is very afraid that there's going to be nuclear war. I think that we're almost out of time. Do you guys want to keep this?